Hi everybody, I'm back. I'm feeling great. Well, you know how it is. I've been dealing with what feels like the long month night of the soul because I keep having more and more revelations and memories popping up. Just like a lot of Montauk stuff right now, which I don't really want to talk about. And someone was asking about what happened with the Ogopogo, so this video is going to be about that. And basically the Ogopogo story is kind of the Canadian northern Minnesota story where there's kind of like a giant snake or something, giant beast in the water, creature, something. And this image, I was looking for something about it, and this image shows one, like some kind of creature, and I don't know if that's more like a dragon. You can see his eye, and actually he's got some teeth going on there. But the people who posted this a few years back, they were saying that this was like 3 feet long between the horns, and it kind of like they saw it and then it started coming closer to their boat, and then they were having an issue with it, so they just were like, let's get the heck out of there. They started feeling really creeped out. And really that's kind of similar to what we have, you know, here in northern Minnesota in the Boundary Waters. And so here's kind of a picture that I found of the Boundary Waters, and bear in mind this is, if I can get it in there, from when I was 6 years old, so you're talking like the 70s, and this is backwards. So if you're looking, this would be Ely way down here, and then this is actually Fall Lake. So think about it going the other way, Fall Lake. And then we went up Fall Lake, we took a little portage there, we went up, this is Newton Lake. And then at the top of Newton Lake, I'm sorry, this is so bad. You're just going to have to bear with it. There's a little creek that's like Muskage Creek, and it comes back down around to Fall Creek. And so we ended, or Fall Lake. So we came back down and then we left. And my best guess where this Ogopogo was is up in that Newton Lake area. So let me see. And going back to that time, it was like the summer after God saved me when I was turning 6. And no, well, it was either the summer I turned 6 or the summer that I turned 7, probably like closer to the summer I turned 7, which would be like 78, which would have been God had saved me, and then it raised my vibration so high that all these creatures started noticing me. And we were going to go in. We had my older sisters and I, 3 of us, so I was 6, meaning my oldest sister was 14, and then my middle sister was in the middle. And my parents, and it started right away just pouring through most of the whole way. And the really cool thing that happened was we went in and we stopped at the local access, and I was trying to figure it out because right now there's a place that you can just get into, and you know, whatever, how many years ago, was kind of like a little back water area. So we went down and put in, and then we actually like went out, and these wolves came after I called. I heard them calling, so I called, and then like all these wolves just showed up on either side of this little ridge, and we're like, oh my gosh. God told me to get in the canoe after I called right away, so we that could have been a really, really bad bad thing, and it's not I've got anything against wolves. I love wolves. It's just, I'd rather not be chewed on by them. And so we're in the lake and we're paddling, and we had portaged, and it was, I want to say, like the second, maybe late in the second day, so kind of up there on Newton Lake. And it's raining, it's crabby. We had a really wet night sleeping in the tent, and my sisters were like, we're never coming back here. And all of a sudden this thing kind of puts his head up a little bit, and it's kind of like, this big V, and God said, go to sleep. And I was like, what? And he said, go to sleep. And so I pulled my, I astral projected my soul out of my body, so I was like floating like right about here on my body, and I could see this thing coming, and he just came like, here's the boat, and he just came like right towards us, and then he boom bumped it and then went under. So it went like that, and he left, and my middle sister, was just like, what are you doing? Why did you like go to sleep? How could you sleep in the middle of that? And I was just trying to explain to her that it was okay. But these creatures, the parasites, they really like to have us alive and kicking so they can feel it when we're like in despair, and they're doing their thing, chewing on us. And getting the Google Chrome, starts with an A, goes with adrenal, and it's very, very exciting for them. Some need it for fetal development, and some of them just like to use it as a drug, or maybe mix and match to feel more connected to God. So anyway, that's where it was. That's about the closest I can figure out where it came in. And I want to say it was, again, maybe 60 feet long. I may have asked God about it. I don't have all the memories back. I was more interested as we were coming down this little creek, this Muskage Creek area, that they had wild rice, and it was getting into the canoe, and I was just so excited about that. And it wasn't quite raining, and we were getting close to the end of our trip, and we decided to cut it a day short. So instead of 4 days, it was 3 days. And yeah, and that's what happened. And again, thank you for listening to me. And if you have many stories you want to share, just go ahead and leave a comment, and we can talk about your stuff too anytime. Thanks.